Hey, what is up guys, HYDRA453 here and welcome back to another video on my channel. In today's video, I'm doing a quick review of the BenQ Zowie XL2540. And not really so much of a review, sort of an overview and just sort of sharing my thoughts on it and just sort of covering the features and why I think that pro players sort of choose this monitor over other ones and what makes it really special compared to other 240Hz monitors. I'm not going to do a generic sort of review that all the other reviews for this monitor and pretty much every other monitor are about, where you just cover the specs and that sort of stuff and the features. If you guys end up enjoying this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, without any further rambling on guys, let's go ahead and start with the review. Alright, so with this video, instead of just doing a generic review like I mentioned before, we're going to be doing sort of a thing where I just go over the features that are actually important to competitive gamers. So rather than just going over the features that don't really necessarily appeal to the competitive, the average competitive esports player or whatever, I'm going to be going over the ones that you pro players actually care about and why you might be looking into this monitor in the first place. So we're pretty much just going to be starting this off with adjustability of this monitor and the stand. So at first I was just thinking, well, you know, I want to get this monitor, but I'm not going to be putting it on the stand because I've already got a monitor arm. I'm using my monitor arm with my other monitor or my two monitors, so there's no point of using the stand when I've already got a monitor arm, right? That's what I thought. So yeah, I ended up just putting it on the stand, my monitor arm I should say, sorry. I originally just had it on there, and I was finding it a little bit annoying because I couldn't have it as low down as I wanted it to be because it was a little bit high up on my arm because of my other monitor. Of course, it's on portrait mode, so it's a bit hard to sort of bring it down. So I decided to try it on the original monitor stand because I was moving to my mom's house for a bit, so I had to use the stand that came with the monitor rather than obviously unscrewing my arm that I had. So I went over to my mom's house and I put it on and I set up my monitor, and instantly I actually preferred the default stand like a million times more than my arm that I paid like $70 for. So the stand that comes with this monitor is absolutely incredible. The amount of adjustability on this monitor stand is just amazing, and I would actually rate this above just normal monitor arms. So I mean, obviously this depends, it depends heavily on which monitor arm you're getting, but for one it cost me like $70 or whatever. This is so much better. It's insane. The adjustability that's got, it can tilt left, it can tilt right, it can tilt up and down, it can move up and down like by sliding up and that sort of stuff. It can even rotate, it can swivel, it can do everything. It's amazing how much adjustability this thing has got. And not only that, if you forget like what you've adjusted on the monitor, even if you go into a LAN tournament or something like that, it's got this little plastic bits that you can sort of slide around on the different adjustable points that you can use to sort of put it exactly where you had it beforehand, in case it gets moved or something when you're traveling, which I think is really, really good. And BenQ Zowie definitely had esports in mind when designing this monitor. Now, the next sort of esports design feature I think that this monitor's got that is really, really handy is the shield. So I use a shield on my monitor because my PC and second monitor is really, really close to my main one, as you can see, and it's really easy to get distracted by those two things when I'm in the middle of a match or when playing. So if you don't have any distractions at all on your desk and it's just it's just bland on your desk, I guess, and you don't really get distracted, you feel like, I mean, this monitor actually comes with the shield not even pre-installed at all, so that's really good for those people, if you don't have to go through the hassle of it. But I definitely recommend trying it out at least once. Having that shield is really, really handy for me because it minimizes the light coming in from the PC and then my other monitor, and I can still focus on the game while having my setup look awesome, which I really think is super good. Especially at LAN tournaments as well, having the shield is super handy because there's a lot going on around you. So having the shield on your monitor is super good because like I said before, it helps you keep focused on the game and it doesn't look bad, and I just think it's nice in general. The next sort of hardware-based feature that's on this monitor is the frame. So I haven't really seen many reviews or reviewers talk about this feature on this monitor. I think this is definitely one of the most important ones in this monitor, especially for competitive gamers. So it's the frame. So sort of an overlooked thing on a lot of monitors. I've seen so many monitors with a glossy frame, which can be really bad, especially for gaming, because what a glossy frame or just a normal plastic frame can do is it reflects a lot of the light coming from the game, which can lead to more distractions. And in a game where you're trying to play at your absolute highest level and you don't want to be put at any disadvantage at all, having distractions are all around your monitor, it's completely out of your control, is definitely a downside. But with this monitor, they obviously had that in mind, and they made the frame zero glare. So there's barely any reflections on this monitor at all, on this monitor frame at all, which I think is really, really good, because if you're in the middle of a match and you're doing some crazy flicks or something, or you're playing a game like Overwatch where there's a ton of colors in your game, or even a new game Valorant, if you've got a reflective frame, it's definitely going to put you at a disadvantage, because you're going to get distracted super easily, because you're not really sure if the light on your monitor is coming from, you know, the actual game, or if it's from your reflection or something like that. But yeah, I think that's really handy, and definitely a good idea that Zowie had, and you know, put that into this monitor. Okay, so this next feature that I'm talking about is sort of a software based one, and not so much hardware like the other features that I mentioned, but it's a black equalizer. Now I know you've probably heard that word thrown around quite a lot. A lot of other monitors are now picking up on the hype train as well. They're sort of using the same technology in their monitors, but I think BenQ by far does it the absolute best in this monitor. So the black equalizer in this one, it does what's like all the other ones do it. You know, it brightens up the blacks and makes the enemies who are standing, you know, in a dark corner or something stand out a lot better. So this is mainly important in games like Battlefield or Call of Duty, not so much in CSGO or especially Valorant or Overwatch or something like that, because everything is quite bright. It's not really any dark areas that, you know, you wouldn't be able to spot an enemy in, because those games obviously want to focus on that sort of competitive side of things. But in a game like maybe Call of Duty or Battlefield, there is a lot of dark areas in those games, and if you're trying to just play those just so you can win it, then, you know, it is very annoying being killed by some guy camping in a corner and you can't see them. So I definitely think this feature is good for that. Now, what differentiates this one from other monitors with a similar feature is that this one sort of makes it, the blacks, they don't look horrible. Like, they don't have that annoying sort of greenish grey tinge to it. I don't really know how else to describe it, but it just doesn't look as bad as the other ones have when they have black equalizer. Now, of course, you've got to remember that this is brightening up blacks, and it's going to make the blacks look not as blacky as they did before. That's the point of it, right? And you can't really fix that. But I guess what you could do is you can just turn off the black equalizer if you're trying to just, you know, do photo editing or something like that, or just watching a video and you don't want it to look bad. But for me, I've actually just kept the same settings on it all the time when gaming and when I'm watching videos or anything like that. I'm making my thumbnails and that sort of stuff in my videos. And the colors ended up turning out totally fine. And the reason why is because the blacks on this monitor don't have that really disgusting sort of tinge like they do in other ones. So I think that BenQ, I don't really know what they did exactly, but whatever they did it right, and it's definitely the best implementation of this feature by far. Alrighty, thank you very much for watching. That's the end of the video. If you ended up enjoying this video, then be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more weekly content. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.